Hi, welcome back to Familiar Ground. Today is our first ever band episode and I'm joined with Broadsheet Speak.
Hey, we're Broadsheet Speak. This is our Familiar Ground session, and this is our original track, Bully Bruiser. A little distance, losing the tail. Run, lizard, run. A bully bruiser gets off to the thought that you'll fail. Never falter. Hold the trigger, squeeze the trigger. You're disappointed that the weak support the winner. The weak support the winner. And I support the winner. You beautiful missile, I was never holding your hand. You ignorant angel, I was never holding your hand. The weak support the winner, the strong support the winner, and I support the settled. We're thinner, thinner, weaker, and thinner, thinner, weaker, and thinner, 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 thinner. The weak support the winner. And I'm sorry that I support the winner.
So why have you guys chosen this as your familiar ground?
It's my house.
And my house.
It's where we write a lot of songs together.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, you just obviously sung earlier today the song Bully Bruiser. That was very nice. I really enjoyed. Do you want to talk a bit more about what that's about?
Sure, it's like when I write these days, I tend to think less about like a narrative arc and more about vignettes and like more impressionist, I suppose. And I think I was thinking about how much more like dangerous the world feels in terms of like politics and the US, I suppose. Yeah, that was kind of the inspiration, like a bully bruiser leads the world, essentially. But it kind of morphed into something else, and people can take whatever they want from it. But I think for me, it's kind of about the difficulties of maintaining relationships with people who maybe think differently to you or have a different allegiance. So yeah, that's how I think about it.
Well, that like leads me on to what I wanted to know, like about your songwriting process in general as a band. How do you go about that?
Yeah, so me and Lewis kind of come up with some ideas, and then we tend to, like, if something sticks, we'll like send it to each other, get opinions, and then we'll get together and work on the demo for a bit, and then bring it to the band, see what everyone else thinks.
Do you write a lot of the stuff together then?
Sometimes. I mean, me and Sean tend to, if it's a song Sean singing, he'll write all the lyrics, most of the song there, and vice versa for my tunes. But we'll often like help arrange and give ideas for each other's songs. So the actual like melody and the lyrics tend to be like a solo endeavour, I think.
Okay, nice.
Which just works better for us, I think, because we have kind of different styles for writing. But yeah, then we, not just Sean and I, but everyone like pitches in for arrangement and just building the song up around what we've written.
Well, that's working very well for you guys. It's all sounding great. And do you produce all of the stuff yourself?
Yeah.
I think,
I guess like whenever we're in the studio, we all have kind of that production role. Yeah, everything we've got released, I've worked on the mixes and stuff. Yeah.
So I wanted to know a bit more about your influences. I don't know if this has anything to do with any influences. As nicely prepared. But yeah, no, I just want to know, like, as a band, also like individually, like how you've got here in terms of like the artists or anything really that's influenced you along the way.
Yeah, maybe you talk about that record a bit.
Yeah, that was like this one.
Yeah.
This was like one of the first albums I like properly got into when I was probably like 14, and that kind of really opened up to this world of like alternative folk music and like pure like DIY, and the idea that you can just make music without a very big budget and all by yourself. Like this guy locked himself in the studio for 2 weeks and then came out with that.
Oh, that's cool.
I didn't speak to anyone for 2 weeks.
And so what's some like influences in general, like just for the sound, I guess, like as well as this record?
I think as a band when we formed, we were kind of thinking about a lot of the London alternative stuff at the time.
Nice. Black Midi was what we kind of...
Yeah.
Black Country New Road as well.
Black Country
was,
New Road.
I think maybe the main one.
Yeah.
When we started making music.
Yeah, some of my early songs especially were just like blatant Black Country rip-offs. King Cruel you're hugely into. Which
Nice.
I think
Good
like,
mix.
Yeah, like the King Cruel side of things gives like maybe a jazzy influence.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, definitely.
For the guitar parts. But yeah, I don't know, what about you guys?
Me.
Yeah, sorry, we just all looked.
In this band, probably a lot of the drumming from like that London post-punk scene comes through. I think for me, a lot of I'm quite into like a lot of jazz fusion drumming at the moment. So that kind of I always try and add a bit of that like grooviness to it.
Yeah.
I base like a lot of my bass lines off of geese. So
We all love these.
that's like that's like where a lot of because Lewis always says like he likes it like melodic, except for when it's like intentionally rhythmic to make it kind of jaggy, and like I noticed that the bass like has a lot to do with that because it's like the foundation melodically. So I just try to stick to things that are exactly what the song needs, and Geese really has that.
Well, I don't know. I guess in terms of what I do for the band, yeah, we definitely like all the bands we talked about. Like, there's definitely a shared taste there. Yeah, I mean, I kind of learned saxophone because of that sort of music, and I've not had any training on it, as some of the more learned people in the audience might be able to tell. I don't know. But yeah. I mean, I think we've kind of covered all the bands.
You mentioned about like all of you bonding over Black Midi. So is that like kind of how you guys all met or formed the band, or like what's the story behind meeting and forming the band together?
I mean, that's how I met these two. As
Okay.
we were at Weatherspoons talking about Black Midi in like the first week of
Nice.
uni. I wouldn't say like we really borrowed much of their sound because they're just like crazy, but
It was definitely the love for that sort of music.
yeah, some shared appreciation for the vibe.
Yeah, me and Sean knew each other before.
Oh,
We were
nice.
in a band ages ago.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But,
You won't see it.
It's
There.
over there.
There's a photo of us.
Is the record in here?
Okay, so you were already in a band together before.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
And then we came up to Liverpool together.
Nice. Cute.
And then met Lewis and then
Influence.
met everyone.
Picked up these
through-
two along the way.
Yeah.
Lovely.
And now we are here.
Moving on then, this might be different for each of you, or it might be a general thing, but what do you think, like, your biggest achievement so far as a band has been?
Being friends.
Oh.
Because I love them.
That's a good one. I like that.
Because it make me happy.
I think biggest achievement is kind of hard to say. I think the music video was like the most amount of like time and like planning we've had to put into something that like came to fruition.
Mm-hmm.
That was just like 12-hour days or even longer shooting, driving. But I think for me, just what makes me happy at the moment is the amount that me and Sean are writing and the speed at which everyone is getting to grips with like all the new material. Because we have just been like very busy and very productive, and
We're pretty tight.
we're pretty tight, yeah.
It's going into like sometimes, like 2 songs at practice.
It's like
With-
such a smooth process.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very
That's
smooth. I think
good.
it's something that we've kind of definitely like improved over the time we've been a band, and it's gotten like so smooth, and it's just really easy. I think it's not like, oh, we got to go and learn this song.
Yeah.
It's excited kind of to learn it and always come away feeling good from rehearsals, which I think is a very good thing to have.
That is definitely very good. Is there anything exciting coming up?
We have a big headline that we handpicked the lineup for on the 6th of March in Liverpool, Kaz Stock Room, with some brilliant bands, Grace, Colour Wash and Hunky Dory.
Well, we usually finish off the episodes with some quick fire questions. We're gonna have to figure out how to do that as a band, because usually it's like very like one word. But I guess you can all like say a word each.
Sure.
So you all have an answer each, but it's like quick fire. Like, yeah, cool. So first of all, dream support slot.
Black Country New Road for me.
Probably Caroline.
Geese.
Black Midi.
They're not a band anymore, but just right now, maybe like Porridge Radio or Mary in the Junkyard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Um,
Junkyard.
I love them.
First record each of you ever remember buying.
The first one I remember buying, because I didn't get into vinyl until quite late, was Igor by Tyler, the Creator.
I think mine was Sheer Heart Attack by
I
Queen.
think mine was Queen Greatest Hits.
Oh, hell yeah.
Mine was Imagine Dragons.
Which one?
I don't know, it's the one where he's like standing on the like shapes.
Is it called like Involved?
I don't know.
TS 1989.
Ooh.
And I stand by it.
And then lastly, an artist that each of you want to put people on.
The Last Whole Earth catalogue. Check them out.
Juramata in London.
How has no one said Brick Nasty yet?
Oh,
yeah.
really?
All y'all love it.
Probably they're not like small, but Godspeed You Black Emperor.
I'm gonna say Grizzly Bear, because even though they're quite big, nobody really like says they're their favourite band. And I think
Okay.
they are the best band ever.
Oh.
They've got like a few massive songs, but
She's kind of famous for Alice Phoebe Lee.
Oh,
Okay.
I really recommend.
Well, thank you very much. And thanks for being our first ever band episode. It's
Thank
been
you guys
so
so much.
good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We've had some
very
Thank
fun.
you. And thanks for watching.
This is our Familiar Grounds cover, Love Is by Dove Ellis.
Fools are running in the square. You leapt right off the balcony. All dead palms wrap my eyes so tight. Give me no chance to kiss you goodbye. It's love is whispered smile, it's got nothing to lose. Love is not. Keeping it loose. Love is not. What's in your dreams? Love is not.
Solid, not bad. We'll take that.
Forgot to turn the master down.